I would never think of myself in terms of being a successful woman. I don't think of myself as a failure, but I suppose I think of myself as still very much on the path to becoming the success that I want to become. So, you know, first of all, I think it's important to acknowledge that, because I think a lot of people look and admire other people and assume that they feel like, okay, that's it, I've made it. And I don't think that very many people actually do. I think most of us still feel like we've got more work to do. My greatest decision, I think, is just to become more tenacious and really ask for things that I want and not wait for things to happen to me. And that's in every way. I mean, that's in terms of going out and getting a job I want. You know, if I'm not doing the kind of work that I want to do in my work context, it's asking for other opportunities. It might be doing extra work for free. It might be, you know, writing to editors that I'm scared of and asking them if they'd be interested in hearing, you know, or reading some of my work. All that stuff doesn't come naturally to me. I have to really push it, and making the decision to push it, I think, is the best thing I've ever done. If you're studying, try and get some hands-on work going on while you're studying, because that stuff will really stand to you when the time comes. Honestly, in terms of career, what keeps me up at night is the idea that I won't fulfill my potential. I have a very clear idea of what I want to do and the kind of career I want to have, and I can feel the clock ticking on, you know, my career. I'm still young, but there's a lot I want to do, and I really hate the idea that I might not get to do it. I wish that someone had told me that I needed to be more tenacious. You know, I wish that someone had told me from the get-go, what you have to offer is valuable, but it's absolutely pointless unless you get the opportunity to use it. So, you know, there are people out there who are banging down doors every day, and it doesn't matter if they're not as good as you at X, Y, or Z. If they're there asking for the opportunities and you're not, they're gonna get them. So, you know, you really need to go out there and get it. This too shall pass. I think remembering that nothing is forever is the best thing that you can ever remember. We all get stuck sometimes, whether it's in a particular situation at work or whether it's in kind of a bigger picture thing. You might be going through a really bad patch. It might be that your toddler is making your life miserable. That might just be me, but just remembering that it's not forever is, I find, just so helpful. Socially, kind of in terms of your relationships, in terms of work, in terms of everything. Do the thing that you want to do, even if it's not in the capacity that you're hoping to do it eventually. Unfortunately, sometimes I have interactions with people who are just starting out, who feel like they're the finished product. And I'm not the finished product, and I'm sure if we asked Miriam O'Callaghan, she'd say she wasn't the finished product. You know, nobody's the finished product. So try just to have a little bit of humility about yourself and your work. Remember that you have stuff to learn. I have stuff to learn. We all have stuff to learn. So if someone gives you feedback, you know, try and take it on board. And even if you feel annoyed initially, that's absolutely fair enough, but keep it together. Go away and be annoyed, and then go back and have another look, or think about what they said again and see if you can find something useful in it. Because at the end of the day, even if you can find a tiny little thing that you can use to make yourself a little bit better, you're the one who's the winner out of that. I've always said I think I would be a makeup artist. I really love makeup. I love it so much. I went through this really awkward phase when I was about 15 where I broke up with my friends and I didn't really have any friends. So I used to just put on makeup and take it off, and put on makeup and take it off, and put on makeup and take it off at home, like every Friday and Saturday night. It was a sad time for me, but it means that I really developed a lot of skills. And I used to be like, oh, tonight I'll make myself look like a porn star, or tonight I'll make myself look like, you know, Cher from Clueless. And that's always been something that I really enjoy. I find it very, it focuses me. It's almost like a mindfulness thing when I'm doing makeup. I feel very zen. So yeah, I think maybe something like that.